God's mercy endures forever. Two key outstanding qualities of God that is repeatedly mentioned in the Old Testament are his compassionate love and his enduring faithfulness. This is evidence in his suffering and death on the cross. This is an evidence of God's compassionate love and his enduring faithfulness to us. God cares and loves his creations, especially we humans that are born in his likeness and in his image. The Israelites, as we read in our first reading, spent 430 years in slavery. During this time, they felt abandoned, forgotten by God. But God was always with them. God was patient with them. God was protecting them. But they felt this long period of stay in Israel or in Egypt was as a result of God's unavailability. So they felt forsaken. They felt abandoned by God. But God was patient with them because it's time to show his strength, to prove himself to them has not yet reached. God's ways are not our ways. His plans for us are different from what we think. Always only trust in God and trust in his enduring faithfulness. God fulfills his promise, but we must be patient with God. There are times in our life when we feel abandoned. There are times in our life when we feel God is not with us, and we feel frustrated. We become angry even with God. We become not only angry with ourselves, with those around us, but even with God. Dear friends, giving up on God is not an option when we feel frustrated, but trusting in his enduring love and faithfulness to us. Let us always turn to God. Just as God is being patient with us, we too must be patient with God. God has a plan for each and every one of us, and God's plan for us is good, not evil. Just be patient with God. Allow God's will to be done in your life. Sometimes we force God to act based on our own will, but God has a plan for each and every one of us. His plans for us is for good, but we must allow him to fulfill that plan in our life. Let us not always be in a haste. Sometimes we are impatient with God, and that act of being impatient with God has made many to be angry with God, angry with themselves, angry with those around them, because they are not patient. The Israelites found themselves in the same situation. When they grew impatient with God, they complain, they grumble, they become angry. They become angry with God, and even with God's prophet Moses, because they felt God has abandoned them, God has forsaken them. But God always fulfilled his promise. No matter how long it might take, just trust in him, and his promise will be fulfilled in your lives.